I've always been in the animal field since the age of 14. I've always just had a huge love of animals. I don't know where it came from. We are a rescue organization based out of Hamilton, Ontario, and we rescue animals from high-kill shelters and put them into foster homes until they are adopted.
What they call the rescue room. It's like an extra room that one of the staff members has put aside for animals. They're all friendly, sweet, happy cats. They belong to somebody. Where are those somebodies? Where are those people? You know, your cat's here. Come get it.
Cats are considered disposable in our society for some reason. They're so common, they're so easy to acquire. It's a depressing place to go into, but I'm always happy to go in and get an animal out of there. That's always a really good feeling.
Is it ever hard for you to leave the other animals?
Every single time. Every time. It breaks my heart that we can't go in there and just take them all. All of the rescue groups coming in and taking animals, the euthanasia rate is still huge in Hamilton. Before euthanasia days, they go in and put an X on the card for the animals that are going to be put to sleep the next morning. But in reality, all it takes is for that cat to be out of that environment and into a home, or even just somebody showing it some kindness. There's perfectly lovely, beautiful, healthy cats of all ages and sizes, and they all are just there waiting to be euthanized. Unless rescues come in and take them, or unless the SPCA comes and gets them out of there. This time of year it's a little slower there. Spring and summer, that place is absolutely packed. You know, there's still a living creature that deserves to live, you know, and deserves a chance at some kind of life beyond being stuck in a cage at animal control. You guys, you don't know what you're in for, but it's way better than this place. You know, like this might be a little scary going into a carrier and, you know, going outside.
Most of what we do is facilitated by donations from the public. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to afford to do it because our biggest cost is vet care.
it's all gonna get better from here.
Little precious angels.
They were fairly healthy, actually. They had already been through 2 bouts of upper respiratory virus, and the shelter treated them both times. They get medication at the shelter if they're lucky enough to make it far enough that they can be treated. They are treated for illnesses.
They all seem to be eating well now.
They were eating when we picked them up.
Okay, come here, honey. There you go here. You want to go back? Do it. These are boys. Yes.
They've been stuck in a cage since we came into the shelter, so that was October 10th. They've been stuck in a cage since then. So they're probably going to lose their minds when they go to the
Yeah.
foster home. So be happy to be running around.
What's going on? What's going on in there? It must be Jackie.
I think she mostly just recommended the lysine, which is a powder or a liquid that you can give them that helps boost their immune system to keep them healthy and keep them from not getting that virus again. I think she pretty much gave them all a good bill of health, though.
It's supposed to be, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, look at them toes.
We use several different vets in the area, and they're very good to us. Yes, we couldn't do it without them. Really, animals need vet care, and they help us out immensely. So.
It's always good. It always feels good to rescue anything, like even if it's just a guinea pig, it always feels good to walk out of there and know that it's out of the shelter and not euthanized.
There are people who think that the people who work in animal control are just evil, or that they're terrible people and they don't care about animals, and that is not the case at all. Those people have a job, and unfortunately, the job sometimes is to euthanize animals. There's people in that shelter who organize what we do, so we get in touch with them, let them know what animals we're going to come get, or they'll contact us to let us know. Kittens that we rescued wouldn't have been rescued if she hadn't have put them aside and said, I know eventually someone's going to come for these kittens. And we did.
I'm going to be the foster parent for these, or foster caregiver for these guys until they get an adoptive home, a forever home. Organizations like Native Burn are great, people coming together, especially kind of grassroots, bottom up, doing things that when they see a need in their community and doing things that they think need doing. So I'm really so excited to see that they got charitable status.
Yeah, they were purring their heads off at the bed.
Oh, good.
They're good. They're sweet.
Can you use whatever staff maybe?
Yeah.
Any foster home that opens up for us is huge. It's so helpful. And right now, it's until we actually have a physical building, which is the long-term plan, that is the lifeblood of what we do. If we didn't have foster homes, we couldn't do what we do.
Well, Ladybird is fantastic. They cover everything. So all I really have to do is keep them kind of safe and fed and watered and happy.
Well, those guys in particular those 3 kittens had been in a cage since the beginning of October, which one is, pretty rare for that shelter for them to stay there that long. Being caged in a shelter for that long, it was like an explosion of kittens coming out of the cage. We've rescued 125 animals now. It's not a huge number, but we're pretty proud of that number. This kind of exposure can help people understand why it's so important to get their animal fixed.